Ethereum price is going to have an even harder time going back up than Bitcoin will. Bitcoin dominance should start rising. In this video right here about Ethereum, I'm going to start with the midterm timeframes and midterm targets using origin lines that you can see flashing behind me here. I'm going to give you exact price targets for midterm timeframes, and then we're going to zoom in and we're going to layer on both structural analysis, as you can see here, with exact price points pinned, so you know where Ethereum price is likely going to hit its head, and we're going to add on major EMAs that are like the weekly 10 that are going to make price even have a bigger challenge going back up, so you could stay on top of Ethereum price and have a more profitable crypto journey during this potential fallout of crypto. Are you ready? Let's get it. Here we go. Let's zoom out to the 12-hour chart so I can show you how beautiful these origin lines are. All right. You can see that Ethereum price, from a macro sense, bases off of these lines as support, and then when it races up, uses them as resistance. Or if and when price goes below an origin line, like right here, let me zoom in, it uses it as resistance, like this guy right there. These origin lines from a macro sense really work, and I have posted on my Discord community the origin lines and how to set them up for various assets within crypto. And again, the Discord community links to that are in the description section. I also post some bomb charts about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and traditional markets on Twitter, cosasverdes with the number 2. And I run my live chart for the YouTube tiers and Discord. And I provide 15 to 30 updates a week for the Cryptillion YouTube tier. So click join below this video to see what I offer for the YouTube tiers, which are, so it's like a bridge between no community and the Discord community if you're not a fan of being online all the time and you want more of a layup here. All right, and less live interaction with me, because you might think I'm a dumbass. Who knows? So if you think I'm a dumbass, then the YouTube channels might be the YouTube tiers might be better for you. All right. Anyway, the origin lines. I'm going to give you 2 price points right here. Lower target 413, higher target as resistance about 1829. That's simple. They're not horizontals, so if price were to go sideways for a little longer and then come down to this, well, then your price target might be 1475. But if price goes down more immediately, it's going to be 14 and change. Make sense? If Ethereum price has a race up, it's going to bump its head on this. I'm telling you, that is where it would stop. Would it have a chance to get back above there? Yeah, but you'd have to form a higher low first. It's not going to get back above that line without a higher low. So it'll hit that line if it hits it. I actually don't think it's going to hit it for like maybe even a year or 2. It's going to be I think it's going to be a long time, but I'm going to give you the tools in this video. I'm not going to tell you what I think. I'm going to give you the tools of what I'm looking at, so you can use these tools to make your own judgment, and we're going to break it down very simply. So the first step here is zoomed out. You got these origin lines. From a midterm standpoint, these are the targets. Will price get here immediately? No, it could be a couple weeks, but these are the midterm time frame targets, and why. These origin lines work. They work almost like very, very, very precisely, and those are your 2 levels. And if price goes sideways in this channel a little longer, then you can scoot these up, and this target up here might be closer to 1850 or 1850, for example, right? But as of now, you have about 1845 to the upside for rejection, and to the downside, if price continues getting slaughter, you're probably going to have a bounce closer to 1400. Making sense so far? Now let's zoom in on this chart. Okay, before I put on the structure, I'm going to do structural analysis first. All right, and this is something I run on my live chart, so my Discord community and Cryptillion YouTube tier can watch price bounce on it and interact with these levels and on very, very small candles. Check this out. Look at what you're missing, folks. Look at what you are missing. Nice, clean chart. Everything labeled very, very precisely. Oh, I am missing one. Price could come up here and bump its head, potentially. That would be kind of hard to get, but all right. And you can see how the origin line that I zoomed out, see that? Where did Ethereum price start to accelerate? Right when it fell off. Let's zoom into that. Watch. Is it a coincidence that price started accelerating to the downside exactly as it fell below this? Look, support, went below, kablam. Is it a coincidence? Look at this. Look at this blue origin line. See it behind here? No, it's not. These origin lines work. I'm telling you, they work. All right. Anyway, but I thought I would show you on the small term timeframes as well, how just, even though those lines go back, the whole price history of Ethereum, they simply work precisely. And honestly, to this day, I don't know why. I don't know why they work. I just know they work. It's really weird. Okay. It's almost creepy weird because they're so accurate, and I can literally rely on them. Okay. So for a more immediate sense, these are your horizontals and resistances and roughly what's going on. If Ethereum price can get back up into this black triangle, well, you're going to have a lot of resistance. You have an origin line. So this would be the origin line scenario. See this 1814? Look, like you're going to have quadruple resistance. Black triangle, you're going to have a horizontal from the previous breakdown point up at 1840. You have the origin line, this blue line, and you have this descending trend line from the previous as Ethereum was essentially slowly going down. So around 1814, around here, if price can get up there, it's going to have to come back down. Like it's not going to power through there on its first attempt. It's less than a 5% chance of happening. If Ethereum were to be able to go on some nasty run up of 11%, it's going to have extreme trouble. So don't forget this. If you see some nasty run up at the beginning of next week, this is where Ethereum stops, 1815. It's not going to bust through there. It has like single digits percentage chances. Okay. So that's the most bullish case for next week. 1814 above there next week ain't going to happen. See that? All right. Now, but Ethereum's going to have, I don't even think Ethereum's going to get there. And however, I'm going to show you the tools and why I think that. So you can, either agree with me or disagree with me. I'm going to show you why I think that, and I'm not going to force it down your throat. Although you'd probably be wise to think it as a probable scenario, what I'm about to show you, but you can make up your own mind. Okay, these all this structure here is going to be resistance. Now that it's fallen below what was previous support, this horizontal area, right? And I have the top of the horizontal labeled and the bottom labeled, and then the next bounce, this is a little off right there. So you see how it bounced exactly on this line? This line was here before, price fell down here, right? Because if you look left, these are wicks and candle closures from previous price action. So check it out. Ethereum price first needs to get above 1653. If it gets above 1653, then it should go straight to 1680, and it'll probably bump its head, pull back. So if it goes to 1680, then it's going to pull back to 1653 and then have a chance to get to 1733. And then if it makes a higher low, then it has a chance to go up to maybe 1814, maybe 1820 and change. But it's going to have a hell of a time getting above this area. Okay, so it really just depends on how fast it might want to go up, but it's got a lot of, as you can see here, it's got a lot of challenges. 1, 2, 3 areas of resistance. It's going to be tough. Now, let me show you why it's even going to have a harder time that Bitcoin won't have, because Ethereum got above levels that Bitcoin didn't. So Bitcoin has been continuously using what I'm about to show you as resistance, but Ethereum recently used them as support and fell below them. And when you flip from support to resistance, when that is freshly turned into resistance, it's stronger. For whatever reason, it's just stronger. And that's why Ethereum's going to have that's why Bitcoin now is probably going to get ready to go up. Ethereum is not going to outperform Bitcoin. If you go to the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, it's going to start its descent down. It might not be a strong descent down, but it's not going to make any local highs. All right, and we can cover that here at the end if you want, to give you some targets. All right, now let's check this out. The daily 89 was previously used as support. I'm going to throw that on there, hopefully here. So this purple line here was used as support. So where did price fall down to and try to bounce? Exactly at the daily 89. And so again, the daily 89 is your key zone for price to interact with in a bear market rally, both for traditional markets, whether it's S&P 500, whether it's Apple stock, whether it's Tesla, whatever. In a bear market rally, that is your key. Like that is your zone, your litmus test. There are only 3 ways price interacts with it in a bear market rally. I've covered this on my channel, but look what's happening now on Ethereum. It used it as support. And okay, actually, let's zoom into this. Watch. And remember, I said when it's freshly turned into resistance, it's stronger. Look, support and fresh resistance. It is not a coincidence that it stopped here. And why it stopped here for support and stopped here as resistance. It was the daily 89. Daily 89 is so important during bear market rallies, both on its ascent up and a breakdown from the bear market rally. So even before you get to this horizontal here, you're going to have the daily 89 to deal with. So we just have stuff stacking up of resistances here. It's going to be so hard for, like, the only way that Ethereum is going to get above here is if Bitcoin drags Ethereum up by the ears. That's what's going to have to happen. And Bitcoin dominance is going to go up here. All right. I'm just seeing it in the charts. All right. Now the weekly 10 EMA, boom, is even lower. Look at this. So this weekly 10 EMA is coming in right at 1653 now. So when it hits 1653, which it just did, once it hits it a second time, it didn't. So let's zoom way in here. It didn't touch the weekly 10. So it hasn't even tried to weaken this line as resistance, right? So if you have two boxers, you have a smaller boxer with better lungs and a bigger boxer who has better, short range, like Mike Tyson versus somebody taller or whatever. The fighter with better lungs needs to wear out the stronger fighter, and it didn't even have a chance to do that. So when it comes back up to this horizontal here at 1653, right above it, if it gets above, it's going to have the weekly 10 here, and it's going to be so hard to get above. And if it happens to get above the weekly 10 and forms a failure pattern above it, which means it barely gets above but can't use it as support when on its oscillation down, you have a horizontal on top of that, which is the previous breakdown point or of this very last move. So you have all these resistances stacked up on each other. And let me zoom out. So if you want to try to set up your chart similar to mine, let me get to, I'm on the 15-minute. Yeah. So about the 15-minute time frame on one page, on one screen, should get you all of this. This is the height of it, $2,008 is the height of this move. Daily 89, weekly 10 is what you need. There you go. And that is what is going to essentially dictate how, so you can see, imagine what we're seeing here is a pinball machine. I know most of you in crypto haven't played pinball. That's people my age and older, right? Who grew up in the 70s through the 90s kids. I was a 90s kid, born in the 80s. We played pinball or whatever, and the ball of that is price. Price is the ball. And all the bumpers and that makes all the lights flash and activity happen that it's going to move the ball are these levels. And I have them drawn out here. Let me make myself small. So if you want to copy this, pause the video and make this on your chart. And again, I'm on the 15-minute chart spread out a little bit over one screen. And that's what we have here. And then throw on the weekly 10 EMA, which if you don't know how to do that, on the 15-minute chart, you just use the MTF EMA indicator by FX_Massa. Boom, put on the weekly 10, do it again, MTF EMA indicator with day 89, and you have everything here that you need to look at for Ethereum price. And so how you're going to do this is you just literally take it one step at a time. If you get above this, then your most immediate resistance is the weekly 10. If you get above the weekly 10, your more immediate resistance is 1681. If you can get above that, then you're going to have double resistance by the daily 89 and 1733. If you can get above that, then you have your ultimate, like, triple, quadruple, just nasty, nasty defenders up here, closer to 1840, 1820 by the time it gets there potentially. And it's going to be so hard for Ethereum. Now let's take a look at Ethereum let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance in general, because this is going to greatly affect Ethereum price. I'm telling you, and again, I made a video, I don't know if it's a standalone video on Bitcoin dominance, but I drew a support and a fancy triangle down there, and I said that this has to be hit before Bitcoin dominance starts going up. And guess what's happened? It's been hit. And guess what's happening? I think Bitcoin dominance is going up. It's a very, very simple chart, though. Anybody could have done it. So let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. I'm going to go to the 8-hour chart, and let's get myself small. Boom, boom, bada bang. Here we go. Let's take off the EMAs. You don't really need that. Bam. It hit this support level. Now Bitcoin is going to start running the show. And altcoins, when there's a bump up, altcoins are not going to drastically over. So what this means, so why is this important, Tim? Okay, yeah, it hit your target, fancy, woohoo, like good for you, yay, like woo, you did it, like hey, you're awesome. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this because there is an implication of this, right? It's not just like, hey, look, my target's hit, man. No, that's not what I'm saying. There are serious ramifications of this. Altcoins have been, for the most part, so some altcoins like Solana have moved exactly like Bitcoin. Like almost to the T, exact percentages, every move up, every move down. A lot of them, BNB, big time. It was even hotter than Ethereum. Matic was hotter than but Ethereum was extremely hot among all altcoins. Like it was in the top, 20 out of all thousands of altcoins in this move. It was hugely, hugely bullish. But that is going to change now that this is hit. So what does that mean? It means on draws down after things hit their head and start going back down, alts are going to go down more on a percentage basis. When there are bumps up and you're trying to trade a counter trend trade, for example, Bitcoin is going to go up on average more than altcoins, and particularly, very likely, more than Ethereum. Is that going to play out perfectly? Well, it's possible that this comes up and then it hits it one more time. And as this chart comes back down to hit a second time, for that little time frame, maybe 2 or 3 days, there might be a 2 or 3 day segment where alts outperform Bitcoin on a move up. It's possible. However, if you get a more V-shaped correction, like kind of like this one, oh, you can't see it. Kind of like this one here, or this one here, there's going to be a long while what I'm saying is going to take effect. But sometimes when you hit a bottom, I guess Bitcoin dominance did spike up, you hit it a second time. So it is possible that there is a moment of maybe 4 days or so where altcoins are out, even Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin. But the reason behind that is, it's just that once a double bounce before, then Bitcoin truly takes the show. And it could go up for quite a while until you hit both this horizontal and this origin line somewhere around 44% right there. And the Bitcoin will likely take the show with potentially a 4 day like exception as it bounces on this again. But it's going to take a while. Like Bitcoin will have the show for potentially like 60 days here. It's going to be a couple months until this is hit. These origin lines, so these are origin lines on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Bitcoin dominance is getting ready to go up now. And here's another implication of this and how it has to do with Ethereum. Bitcoin dominance going up often is the most aggressive when all of crypto's going down. It simply means Bitcoin doesn't go down as much. So it doesn't mean we're getting ready to rally in crypto. This could be a macro signal. You're getting ready to dump hard. It could be. Or it could be a signal that price is of crypto is going to consolidate and go boringly sideways for a month for the first half of this ascent up to 44%. And then crypto dumps, making Bitcoin dominance spike even more for the second leg. And as Bitcoin is, for this first leg of it, is going sideways and dominance is rising, that means altcoins are just slowly bleeding out. And then they just tank, and Bitcoin tanks goes down at a smaller rate, right? At a slower pace, and therefore Bitcoin dominance spikes up. All right, and if you look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, it should be going down now. Let me go here. Oh, that's Ethereum. Here, yes. So it's going down, and it's going to stay down. It's not going back above. It's not going to go above this local high here. It's not even going to go above this high. It has a chance to hit this 45-degree angle. But if you see Ethereum versus Bitcoin hit this right here, that's when it's about ready to head back down, if it can hit its head there at this level right there. And Ethereum versus Bitcoin has a chance to bounce, actually a strong chance to bounce, once this level right there is hit versus Bitcoin. All right. So I've given you all the tools for Ethereum price, both in the midterm using the origin lines at the beginning and the short-term timeframes for Ethereum, and just rewind it and go put that on your chart, and you'll be able to play Ethereum price extremely well. There are so many things in play that are so precise. Ethereum is going to be a lot easier to play ways, like it was very challenging to play for several weeks because it was sloppy to the upside, but now it's just going to be picture perfect. It's going to behave precisely, I'm telling you. So I strongly suggest you take the time to go back at that point in the video where I pause it at the 15-minute chart and put that on your chart, because that's exactly the pinball machine that Ethereum's getting ready to go through. I hope you find this helpful for your crypto journey. Click this video right here if you want to watch that Bitcoin video. I give you a different strategy on what crypto has to do in order to go up from here, which is actually unlikely, but I show you the conditions which exactly have to be met. And click this video right here if you want to know why I personally, from a spot trade position, am accumulating Dash, or a monetary coin. You just got Timified Worldwide. Peace.